Y'all ready for this? Let's go.
Hello and welcome to the Ben James Smith podcast. Last time we talked about why real investment platforms generate cash flow long before carried interest and why survival comes before performance. Today we're going one step further because once a platform becomes stable, a new challenge appears. Growth. Most investment businesses don't fail because they shrink. They fail because they grow. More capital arrives. More opportunities appear. More decisions must be made, and suddenly the organisation that was once disciplined becomes reactive. Risk doesn't increase because markets change. Risk increases because complexity does. So today we're going to talk about something rarely explained in private markets, how the best investment platforms scale without scaling risk. Part 1. The hidden danger of growth. Growth feels safe. Investors like growth. Founders like growth. Markets reward growth. But operationally, growth is destabilizing. Every additional project adds decisions. Every decision adds human judgment. And human judgment is where inconsistency lives. Early in a firm's life, quality comes from attention. Later, quality must come from structure. And most organizations never make that transition. They attempt to grow attention instead of designing repeatability. That's when performance begins to vary, not because the strategy stopped working, because the system stopped protecting it. Part 2. The difference between a team and a platform. Many firms are built around people. Institutional platforms are built around processes. In a people-dependent organization, good outcomes depend on who is involved. In a process-driven organization, good outcomes depend on how decisions are made. That difference determines scalability. If every investment requires new thinking, growth multiplies uncertainty. If every investment follows a framework, growth multiplies consistency. Sophisticated investors don't fund activity. They fund repeatability. Part 3. The separation principle. The most scalable investment platforms separate 4 functions: origination, underwriting, delivery, oversight. Most firms combine them, and that works until volume increases, because combining responsibility concentrates risk. The person who wants a deal should not be the person approving the deal. The person executing the project should not be the person verifying the project. Separation doesn't slow organizations. It stabilizes them. Growth becomes additive instead of exponential in risk. Part 4. Externalizing complexity. Here's a concept many investors overlook. Scale doesn't come from doing more internally. It comes from designing what must remain internal. Enduring platforms internalize decision-making and externalize execution. Why? Because decision quality must be consistent. Execution capacity must be flexible. So instead of growing a large operational workforce, the platform grows a network of specialists. Contractors execute. Professionals monitor. Managers oversee. The platform governs, and governance scales better than manpower. Part 5. The mathematics of control. Every organization has a control ratio. How many moving parts each decision maker oversees? If that ratio expands, oversight weakens. So scalable platforms don't increase supervision, they increase a verification. Independent reporting replaces assumption. Structured approvals replace judgment calls. Process replaces personality. The organization doesn't trust more, it needs to trust less. And paradoxically, that increases confidence. Part 6. Why this matters to investors. From the outside, 2 firms can look identical. Same sector, same projects, same returns, but internally they are very different. One grows by effort, the other grows by design. The first becomes fragile as it expands. The second becomes more predictable. Institutional capital always moves toward predictability, not because it guarantees success, but because it reduces variance. Consistency compounds faster than brilliance. So when evaluating an investment platform, the real question isn't how fast can it grow? It's, does growth change its behavior? because enduring platforms don't become different businesses at larger scale. They become clearer versions of themselves. Growth doesn't test their discipline, it reveals it. Thanks for listening. And remember, the strongest platforms don't control risk by slowing growth. They control risk by designing how growth happens. I'll see you in the next episode.